Well guys, it finally happened. Episode 7 gave us the backstory of Acrobatic Silky, and it's absolute cinema. In just 20 minutes, the creators managed to fully reveal this character, one of the antagonists, and completely turned our perception of her upside down. I've already made a video about the manga and mentioned back then that we were in for one of the most tragic stories in all of anime history. My standing ovation to the anime director. I shed a tear reading this part in the manga, but the anime... After episode 7, I couldn't calm down for a while. Direction, cinematography, animation, music, everything was perfect in this episode. In one of my videos, I compared dandadan's animation to Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. But fans, please forgive me. I think dandadan in episode 7 stands ahead above. Episode opens with an eerily realistic scene of a woman running down the street. Honestly, I initially thought I'd started a movie. But then, we're taken back to the end of episode 6 when Silky spat out our heroes. Falling into a complete rage, Acrobatic Silky begins chasing them. Okaroon grabs Aira and starts running from the ghost across the warehouse. This was all part of Momo's plan to entangle Silky's hair and immobilize her. Okaroon, thinking of nothing better, charges forward and headbutts Silky, knocking her out for a bit. But our heroes find out that when a ghost devours a person, that person is doomed to die. Momo managed to avoid this fate due to her abilities, and Okaroon thanks to Turbo Granny's powers. But Aira, being an ordinary human, couldn't withstand it, and almost lost her life energy. All attempts to save Aira end in failure, and seeing her daughter dying, Silky then proposes a solution to combine her spiritual energy with Aira's, thereby transferring her own life force to her. Momo reluctantly agrees, and using her telekinetic powers to hold Acrobat Silky's life energy, sees her past and how she became a ghost. I don't want to spoil this part for those who haven't seen the anime yet, but just take my word for it and watch it for yourself. You won't regret it. It's one of the most tragic character backstories in anime history. And what makes it even more tragic is just how realistic it is. Frighteningly realistic. Acrobatic Silky's story resonates with me in a special way. I don't have a father, and my mother raised me alone from a young age. Raising a child alone despite all the difficulties, that's a commendable act. My mother, too, never showed how hard it was for her. She did everything possible to make sure I always smiled and never felt deprived of love. And my mom managed to do it. She was able to raise me, and I believe, as a good person. But unfortunately, Silky's story didn't end so happily. It turned out in the worst way possible. Due to her debts, she was deprived of her most precious thing. She lost the very reason she kept going, her daughter. Unable to bear this, she performed her final dance. A dance on the rooftop of a skyscraper. And because her soul couldn't rest properly over the years, Silky began transforming into a monster, a creature consumed by feelings and a sense of loss for something important that she could no longer remember. And I'm sure, for fans of this anime who haven't read the manga, this episode will be especially shocking. After all, for 6 episodes, we watch silly chases with monsters and the main character's search for his nuts. But don't worry, the anime will return to its previous atmosphere of madness and chaos soon enough. And despite the fact that one of the strongest episodes of Re:Zero also came out this week, where Subaru delivers that iconic speech, I think that episode 7 of dandadan takes first place among this week's ongoing releases. I hope you enjoy this video format where I break down new anime episodes. Be sure to let me know what you think of the new dandadan episode. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and rate the video with a like or dislike. A new video is already on the way. Matane.